Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we're going to have a look at a map by a creator who made 5 maps in the second half of last year. This was that 5th and final map released on Boxing Day of 2018. It's a bow to the world of another game, one of the biggest selling games of last year. A map in that game that would have taken years for the creators to put together and detail, and has been recreated lovingly by today's creator in a matter of days or maybe a couple of weeks. Hard to tell for sure. But what I can tell for sure is that it won't take very long. It won't take very long to do this. That's right, hitting that like button really will support the channel, get me seen by more people and help me grow a little bit more every single day. So thanks for your support. Today's map is Cowboyland RDR2 World Map by Win. RDR2 obviously is Red Dead Redemption 2, their cowboy game from Rockstar Games. There's your start square, a little bit dark, it's almost like it's sundown. I probably pump up the light settings for the review, I think. There are your terrain heights. It's very hilly. In fact, I would say too hilly, this particular game. And then we have the resources look like that, definitely usable. That's good news. And then if we head on over to the workshop, it's a 100% vanilla map. You'll need nothing for this map. The comments are quite interesting to read, I've got to say. We will be using the realistic 1.2 LUT today and the vanilla temperate theme. Okay, now the highways obviously a later entry. These weren't down in the 1800s, but we'll allow for it. You have to allow for these kind of things in game, don't you? We have a tree on the road. Now that got me thinking. Are there trees under the highways? There almost certainly are. I imagine this is a creator with limited experience, even though 5 maps, you know. Let's have a look. There we go. We've got a whole bunch of trees under the roads there, which can lead to all sorts of other problems, such as our tree on the road that we saw there a moment ago. Slight terrain glitching between the highways there, but I'm not so bothered, to be honest with you. More bothered about that log. But yes, I'm not so bothered because, well, personally, I would delete the highways and to try and get everybody to come in by train. And then we've got all these lovely assets as well. Oh, look, perfectly aligned pillars as well, not bad. And then that dead end's elevated in what is the start square. But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of new assets coming through, 1930s and 1950s style cars. That'll be an amazing thing to do in an old style build, and maybe this is the map for that. Now we've got some plopped cemeteries. They haven't been worked into terrain at all. They could be just smoothed in. And speaking about smoothing things into terrain, look what I've just plopped into the terrain. Yes, this is the Thai Provincial Hall by Armsplams. Yes, I thought a Thai Provincial Hall would work very well in the Wild West of the United States of the 1800s. Yes, I plopped it in. I've not worked into the terrain. There's a very good reason for that, and you'll see at the end of this. But factoids because factoids, sticking with the Wild West theme. On this day, November the 14th, in 1973... Princess Anne, or now known as the Princess Royal, and Captain Mark Phillips were married in London. I know, nothing to do with the Wild West, but horses will be involved. At the Wolverhampton races on the same day, at the 2:30 wedding races, the wedding stakes, I'll start that again. At the 2:30 wedding stakes, it was won by a horse called Royal Mark. I wonder if it's the only horse running in that race. Or were all the horses named after royal things? I don't know. But anyway, that kind of worked nicely, didn't it? Anyway, we're going to bulldoze that, and you'll see that the terrain levels out. That's why I didn't work it into the landscape. Thai Provincial Hall by Armsplams, today's asset of the day. Now, we're going to concentrate on the rail for the networking. We will have a look at the other bit of highway, the other side of the map as well. But it's all about the rail. We had a lot of rail back in them days of exploration. I don't really know what to say about those bridges. We'll just ignore the bridges. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've not played Red Dead Redemption 2. I did play Red Dead Redemption 1 on the PlayStation 3 many moons ago. I love that game. I played it a lot. And so I do know the old map, and I know it is one part of this map, the uppy downy rail here. One part of this map is sort of like a recreation of the original game map, and I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this is just too hilly. It's just too. There were hills. Don't get me wrong. There were hills and there were valleys and there were ravines in the original map, but I don't think there was anything quite as dramatic and as obtuse as what we're looking at today. Look at these. I'm absolutely sure that Rockstar Games, that's them. I'm absolutely sure that Rockstar Games haven't got any rail like this in the world's map. And I think what the part of the problem is scaling. Up and over the bridge here. Yeah, like you do with real bridges. It's the scaling. We've got an entire world map scaled down into, well, we know the size of the Cities Skylines maps are much smaller, and so where these hills were probably maybe about the right height, the land around them has been shrunk down, but they possibly remained about the same size, and they now is ugly. They now is very ugly. You'll notice here that the rail comes to a dead end in this valley, this ravine. Why? Well, the answer is, if we pull back and have a look on the opposite side, we've got more rail over here. There should be a tunnel. And that just says to me that the creator wasn't aware of the tunnel enabler mod from Bloody Penguin on the workshop, and they would have enabled that to link up very nicely. So it's down to us to build it. And expensive that will be if you're playing vanilla rules, because it's a vanilla maps, a vanilla map. That's what we have. So vanilla rules probably would, oh god, see that, probably would have. I'm skipping over most of this pretty quickly. I'm going to keep this review fairly short today, I think. I don't know how much of this we'd be able to take. You'll notice though we have extensive rail networking, and if you're not worried about a realism, then you're probably going to be fine with this. If you're just looking for a map that's vaguely the right shape and with the features, vaguely the same features as the Red Dead Redemption 2 map, which I'm assuming it is similar, having not played it, then yes, you're probably looking at the map that you'll want to play here. Or you could just recreate the Red Dead Redemption map. So, hang on. Oh no, that's fine. Just a bit of light foliage. I'll let you off that, Win. I'll let you off that. Yeah, the rail is very up and down, and oh, we've got another cemetery over there. I don't mind the cemeteries, I don't mind them, but they've got to be worked into the landscape, and that has just been plopped in there. We've got cliffs all around it, and again, I'd be surprised, but I can't say for certain, but I'd be surprised if Rockstar Games' cemeteries are like that. And then a big old elevated bridge across here, and then back to the start square, back to where we were originally, and everybody's favourite factories, and an intermission. It all comes together all at the same time.
Do your cul-de-sacs look like this? Do you want them to look like this? Then you need the beginner's guide to the perfect cul-de-sacs by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And so back to Cowboyland, Red Dead Redemption 2 world map by Win, and the shipping routes. And we have a shipping route, and it goes either side of that island in the middle. That's quite sweet. Then it crunches through this slightly too low bridge. When I say slightly, I mean very too low for vanilla shipping. And then that comes all the way up here, and you've got all this big area over here that you work with, and I quite like that. And then it goes all the way back the other way. We didn't really need to split, but we have anyway. And then it crunches through the bridge again, and back to where we started. Water flow, following the exact same route here. We've got strong water flow going downstream. This is good to see. Goes past the start square right there, and still strong arrows going on here. Hang on a minute. These are now going upstream. What's going on? Oh, we've got a drain there. We've got a sucker. That's going to pull in all of your croup, and I've got to tell you, that is not necessarily the worst thing, although realism be damned. Anyways, what can I tell you about looking at this map here? I think that this is where the original Red Dead Redemption map is, and I don't recognise this as being Red Dead Redemption at all. They had all the desert area, the south side of the river, our side of the river here is Mexico, the other side of the river is the United States, and so I just don't know. I don't recognise any of this as being Red Dead Redemption. Again, no, not played the new game, so maybe people looking at this going, no, clearly that's old. That's the old mill and so on. I don't know, but we do have we have a lot of hills, mind you. Most of the hills are around the outside of the map, so again for gameplay, I mean these are just hideous things, I'm afraid, but they are around the outside of the map, so for playability they're kind of their backdrop, aren't they? I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about this tree up here. It stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? It really does. Anyways, where were we? Yes, we were looking around the map at things. I'm just trying to show you around. I don't really know what to say about most of this thing. It's just rugged. And okay, yeah, Wild West was very rugged. We've got, I think, was this a quarry? Is there a quarry in the game? That looks like it might be a sandy quarry, possibly. Would make some sort of sense, I guess. We've got the secondary river running down the side there. That's quite nice. Lots of marshy type lands going on down here. Salt marsh is this. This is quite pleasing as well. Gotta say, we've seen some drowned trees in there, I think, somewhere. We've got jetty over here as well. It's quite aesthetically pleasing, sort of, in this kind of area. And then if we pull back and have a little look around for some other stuff, what's going on here? We've got some fortification type stuff going on here. Again, obviously taken from the game, recreated from the game. I'm not entirely sure. Is that from the Civil War? Maybe, possibly. Don't know. Let's have a look at this, the other highway. I did promise you we'd have a look at the other highway connection. We're not going to go over it in detail. I'm not going to talk about jinky jankies or wibbly wobblies or uppy downies because, frankly, we've got all of them. You can see that for yourselves. And then that comes down to a reasonable position. That's not a bad place to have the highway end. See, there's stuff I can say good about this. It's not entirely a hideous, everything is wrong with it map, is it really? No. So, well, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Oh, look, wet trees. I don't mind drowned trees, but in marshes, but they look a bit silly. Anyway, will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? Okay, first of all, aesthetically, it's not pleasing in any way, shape or form. It does seem to correlate a little bit with the maps that I've seen of Red Dead Redemption way back. So as it looks a little bit like the map, I'm going to give it 2 stars. Detailing is shoddy. It looks like it was thrown together rather rapidly, but I'm going to give credit that they have tried to match up things like the rail with the original rail. It just doesn't get a 3rd star. If this wasn't trying to match up, it might have been a 1-star map, but it is trying to match up, so it's getting a 2. Gameplay potential, all things being said, guys, this is actually a playable map. Whether you want to play it is a completely different question, but it is playable. And for that, it's going to get the pass. It's going to get the pass mark, the 3 stars. It's nothing wrong with it, really. Just shoddy. Cowboyland RDR2 world map by Win. Yes, I can see why my brain said there's no rush to review this one back in Boxing Day of last year. It went on the back burner. It's now off of the back burner, and there's a whole bunch of other maps on the back burner instead. Some of them might be a little bit better than that one. But anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, and for joining me for another map in the What Map series. There'll be another map in the What Map series coming up tomorrow. It could be a good one. It could be a good one. So one way to find out, and that's to tune in. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB. You have been very, very welcome, and I'll see you very, very soon.